Mr. Waterhouse, thank you very much, and it's a remarkable service from your family. Very impressive. The Senator Capito is going to go first in asking questions. Before she does that, I need to ask the same three questions of each of you, and then I'll yield to Senator Capito. These are we call these standing questions, yes or no questions that we ask all of our nominees who appear before this committee to remain seated for this. But the first question is: Do you agree, if confirmed, to appear before this committee or designated members of this committee and other appropriate committees of the Congress, and to provide information subject to appropriate and necessary security protections with respect to your responsibilities? Do you, Ms. Howell?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Ullman?
Yes, I do, sir.
Mr. Waterhouse?
Yes, I do.
Second question. Do you agree to ensure that testimonies, briefings, documents, and electronic and other forms of communication of information are provided to this committee and its staff and other appropriate committees in a timely manner? Do you, Ms. Howell?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Ullman?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Mr. Waterhouse?
Yes, I do.
Finally. And the third and last question is this. Do you know of any matters, which you may or may not have disclosed that might place you in a conflict of interest if you are confirmed? Do you, Ms. Howell?
No, I do not.
Mr. Ullman?
No, I do not.
Mr. Waterhouse?
No, I do not.
Very well. Thank you. And with that, let me yield to our ranking member, Senator Capito. Senator Capito, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank all of you. And I hope I'm coming through a little clearer now. I appreciate your willingness to serve, and it's certainly so interesting to hear everybody's personal story. I think
Senator
it's very
Capito?
much related to. Yes.
You sound great.
Yes. Oh, good. I sound great. Good.
And you look great.
You were gonna tell me
you look great too.
I didn't sound so great.
Where
okay,
are you? Are you in West Virginia?
I am.
Where are you today?
I'm in Martinsburg.
Martinsburg.
The Panhandle.
Over
there by Ben's. Over there close to Maryland, Ben. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Waterhouse, and thank you for visiting me in my office. I really appreciate that. As you know, and I think we talked about, I'm from an energy producing state, and you have a wide variety of experience in a lot of different areas. And as you would imagine, my staff and others have looked through your Twitter feed, and we have a couple questions. I have a couple questions, and one is a tweet that you tweeted in 2015 when you said, "The ugly truth about energy is the ends don't justify the means," and then you hashtagged a bunch of things, one of which was resist capitalism. And I think this came to my attention and also sort of raised my ears a little bit, because you are going to be dealing in your position with a lot of private entities. You mentioned that in your 5-minute in your 5-minute opening statement. So I guess, what does resist capitalism mean to you, and how would that interplay with what you're doing? And what does it mean when you say energy, the ends don't justify the means?
Well, thank you so much for the question, Senator. Sure. To be honest, I don't recall that tweet. I'm not very active on Twitter, and I'm not familiar with the tweet you're referring to. Okay.
Okay. What about the resist capitalism? Apparently you were using that hashtag quite a bit. I don't know. Is that in the context of something that I might not be aware of, or is that just in general, or how does that interplay with what you would be facing at EPA with the private sector?
I think it would have been in some context, Senator. That has to date for several years. As I said, I'm not really active on Twitter, and I'm not sure what it was referencing. But I can say this, Senator, that I recognize the value of capitalism as a way of making sure that goods and services are made available to people. And I think reasonable and responsible regulation allows us to make sure that people can be safe and protected in the environment and in their daily lives.